Good afternoon, Colorado. This is Josh with K4CO Radio. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. I certainly am, especially now. I'm sitting here with Kev. You just had your Kev on the radio. How was that?
Good afternoon. It was great. Fun as always.
Nice.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. No, it's been
Beautiful day out there. Yikes.
I'm so
fall.
Yeah, I'm so glad the 90s are gone. Knock on wood. Absolutely can't stand that. But yeah, it's a beautiful day out. Hopefully everybody's doing well. If you are listening on the radio and you're in the car, don't switch it over, and let people in. Be nice. But if you can, switch it over to our social media, K4CO radio platforms, because we are live. You can see all of our beautiful, wonderful faces. And then if you have some comments or anything like that, go ahead and throw in a comment in there. And our producer will alert me to that. So we have a wonderful band. Kevin,
yes,
who do we have?
Excited for it. We are joined today with Orca, the band. We have John Tyson, guitar vocals, Rob Brown, keyboards, James McPhillips on guitar. And first of all, are you guys the tallest band in Colorado?
Oh my
These
God.
guys came in.
Tallest band in Denver.
They had to duck through the doorways and whatnot. Anyway.
People on video cannot see it, but oh my goodness. I didn't know if it was a basketball team. Like, did I get the interviews mixed up or something like that? But yeah.
Well, welcome, guys. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you. I think we'd match up pretty well with any other band in basketball. So.
I think so. Any skills?
Just we're all, dual sport athletes. Just music. Rob's a math whiz.
Yeah.
And so that's probably the next best skill after music.
Absolutely.
A lot of musicians are good at math, though. I've understood, yeah.
I've always put the two together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, many elements.
I was a math major for
Go together.
a short while.
We're in.
Short while, very short while.
Very short while.
Until you started playing music.
Exactly.
Are you guys based out of Denver? Are you Boulder? Or okay, you guys are.
Yeah,
Denver.
we're kind of on the cusp of Golden Denver. So James and I live together, and then Rob is in Denver, and then the rest of our guys are spread around Denver.
And you guys just wrapped up a summer tour. Quite the road trip from what I was looking at. Hitting Telluride and Crested Butte and all the fun mountain towns. How was it? How was your summer?
Summer was good. Summer was fun. It was the first time we've had an organized tour, really. It's typically been one-off shows here and there, or weekend runs here and there. And so this was a lot of fun. And playing it in more of a packed schedule as opposed to everything being spread out, I think we made some pretty good strides in terms of we're a jam band, so it's improv and being able to trust each other and stuff like that. It was a really good time. And also being able to stay the night together after a gig and talk about what just happened and listen back to the gig. I think it was good for us internally, but also just kind of starting to build more of a fan base too.
And when you say being a little bit more organized this round, is that due to new management or
Not yet.
what's the difference there?
It's all in-house so far.
Yeah.
And I don't know if organized is an accurate portrayal, but no, I mean,
it looked organized on paper.
No,
I'll
I
put it that
appreciate it,
way.
and I think that was a big piece of this. Is we decided we want to do more than the shows that come our way in Denver, and figuring out how to do that was honestly as much work as practicing for it. So, yeah, I think we're definitely proud of the tour we put together in that regard.
That is a lot of work. I mean, that's not a short drive to Telluride or Crested Butte and back.
Oh, no.
Rob knows Telluride native. It's fun to play.
Are you? Right on.
True,
Hometown,
yeah. I'm from that part of the world, and my parents were happy to host us and show up at the show, even if it was a little bit of a late start for them. But yeah, we played down at the Alibi in Telluride. I think that was the furthest we got away from home base.
Perfect.
But
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
yeah, I know.
Heck yeah, exactly.
The original true fans,
Exactly.
first fans.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what's going on there? All right. You guys are playing also Friday, correct, at Cervantes. I love it because that's the first time I saw you guys live with a few members of K4CO, and you guys just rocked it. You guys really just worked well together, and so it's good to hear that the tour just went great.
Yeah,
So,
appreciate that, and we're stoked. We have played Cervantes a good bit now. Definitely our favorite spot in Denver. But it's been a minute since we've played there, so I think we're very excited to get back.
Yeah, and I think you can expect a bit of a step up from the last time, just based on more time together.
Right.
So yeah, it'll be fun.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
And you definitely have that Cervantes, Colorado Sam, that jam band kind of sound. Other than kind of the jam band culture and scene, who else influenced you to play music or your instrument or to even write songs?
I think what I love about this band and this group of guys is just the different places we all come from. I'm very much the jam guy, and we all have a little bit of that, but I think even us three come from such different places. We're trying to be accessible, but the live show is very focused on that kind of adventurous, improv-based experience. But I don't want to speak for you guys. I know that we come from different places. You got an expansive music background.
Yeah, John and I have a good kind of balance. I guess we're the most tenured members at this point, and have done a good amount of songwriting. James is obviously, we're a three-headed monster, but anyway.
Thanks.
We, I've had a lot of experience playing in bands from like middle school, having kind of in music class, having a little band environment versus like more of an orchestra or something. So a little bit of experience with everything. Was fortunate to join some like choirs and a cappella groups over the years, so I have a good singing background. But as far as other influences, not as big of a jam guy, I would say, as these two. My
Bigger
dad
than he was when he joined, though.
Oh, yeah, slowly. Once you dip your toes in. It's hard.
Yeah.
But I was going to say my dad, shout out K4CO Telluride, has been a longtime DJ on that radio station since like the 80s. And so he's always been a big musical kind of North Star for me and introduced me to a ton of different things. And we'll always, have that background, I think, which is cool. So some of the more classic stuff, like classic rock, even classical music. And now here we are together. We get to go to a lot of shows together and see some live music. And so just having these two worlds kind of collide, it's been great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How about you, John?
I got into guitar from John Mayer initially. It was
John Mayer after he joined.
John
Dead
Mayer
and Co.
after he joined, but initially John Mayer. When I really got
There's
into
quite
it was
the
when
difference.
I found Dead and Co. But it was, I played football in college. I got hurt. I couldn't play anymore. And it was like, well, what am I going to do? I had gone through a breakup and was listening to sad music. And so I heard a live version of Slow Dancing in a Burning Room. And it was like, oh, I need to learn to do that. And that got me into the Dead. And so now it ranges when I work. We were just talking about like Charlie Parker. I listen to a lot of jazz like while I work. But it all started guitar wise through the blues. Like once I found John Mayer, it was Stevie Ray Vaughan and B.B. King. Then I got into my whole like Bob Dylan, Neil Young phase and got a harmonica and started playing that way. And it was really like once me and John started playing together and once I started playing with the band, it was like, okay, now it's full on electric jam band. But so that was like the earliest influences. But now a lot of what I listen to is Goose and The Dead and some Panic and stuff
Love
like
Panic.
that. Yeah,
Tell me you got the harmonica neck holder.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Man, I can never get that. I can never get that working well.
It's like patting your head and rubbing your belly. And
exactly.
yeah, so I'm not good at it. I wouldn't say I'm good at
He's
it,
being
but like,
modest. There's a couple you can crush.
yeah,
I hear
I can
him
make
as well.
noise.
Well, that's always
Yeah.
Well, isn't that what Dylan and Neil Young kind of did?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Exactly.
exactly. That's why I got
Just
into
follow the notes.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
why I got into them. I wasn't playing any blues harp or
Yeah.
anything like that. I was just blowing. You
Right.
know?
I love it. Yeah, let's. I want to hear a song. I don't
Me
know
too,
about
I'm
you,
ready.
Kev. Exactly. And right after that, we'll get back into talking with you guys. What is the name of the first song that you're gonna perform for us?
We're going to play a song called Crickets, which
Okay.
is on our new album. It's the opener of the new album, if you're streaming it. And ultimately, it's about Colorado, so fitting.
Fitting.
Well, that's always good. All right. Well, take it away, gentlemen. Absolutely love it.
All right.
When the roads get icy, the
Wear your flat-soled shoes and you hang on to the pickup truck. Now you're sliding, and you slide all the way to the ice rink. When the roads get rocky, put your backpack on, start walking north till the pain gets short in your backbone. And the signal comes to your sat phone, sending SOS, say. Sending SOS, say. Sending SOS, say. I see colors when the cymbals crash. I seen shapes that you can't imagine. Seen monsters, ghosts, and demons. I see stars and I saw Jesus. I see your future through a crystal ball, with an asteroid ripping through the gas tank wall of a spaceship. And I think that you and I made it. This medicine has my stomach in. Your sugar's all I need to calm down. Roads get muddy, put your rain boots on, start splashing. While the night's still young, now you're dancing, and your moves look good, it's a tango. When did you get lessons? I hear that they got you too. I hear that this spot is cool, should we try it? It's a dive bar, and on Thursdays it's karaoke. This medicine has my stomach in. Your sugar's all I need to calm down. Down, yeah. This medicine I've been drinking has my stomach and got me thinking. Your sugar's all I need to calm down. Down, yeah.
Crickets, ladies and gentlemen, Orca the band. Man, that is beautiful. That is the opener of your album?
That's how she starts up. Yep.
Yep.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Well,
Great harmonies.
Yeah.
Thank
I love harmonies, and you don't hear a lot of harmonies anymore. That's why I absolutely love it.
I think that's one of our strong suits. We try to push that when we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that would be thanks to Rob too.
Yeah.
The acapella background, it helps
And his
a
choir.
whole lot.
Background.
Yeah.
I listened to a lot of Beach Boys
Nice.
growing up, and I call them the kings of harmonies.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's so many times I was kind of a choir guy too, and stuff, and I just cannot sing some of their songs. I just get lost right away.
I mean,
so-
yeah, those guys will have a song. It's like 15 different chords in a row.
Yeah.
Just an
Exactly.
incredible range as
Yeah.
well. That was off your latest record, Dealing in Daydreams. That's been out about a month. Came out early
Yeah.
September.
Yep.
All right, maybe, if you will, 2 or 3 part question. Tell us a little bit about the new record, your writing process, and how, if any, major difference between the new record, Dealing in Daydreams, and Headlights, which was only 7 songs. This new one's 12 songs. So quite quite a jump in material. Go ahead and navigate what I just threw out there for you any way you'd like.
I think there's a ton to say there, and I guess let's start with the jump from Headlights. We really made a commitment to create a better album, and that means a ton of things, but preparing and learning how to prepare. I think the easiest way to talk about it is to a click track. We'd never played to a click track. Some of us, myself included, had never played really to a click track at all, and we spent 6 months playing these songs after they were written to a click track as a band, with the intention that we'd be able to use the studio more effectively. And that alone was a whole beast. I mean, if anybody listening has ever done that, especially for the first time, it's very humbling as a musician. But I think it also brought us together so much in the sense of having a group identity in these songs, and having kind of needing to define the experience each song is creating. Because I think being such a live focused band, when I think back to Headlights, when it was just you and I recording that from the group we have now, for me it was very much like I want to have original songs we can use at the show. But I think we were able to take a step back and even kind of before some of those songs were written and think about, why would this be cool at the show? Why would this add something we don't have in our kind of catalog right now to the live experience we're creating? So I would say from a preparation perspective, just the commitment we made to this band and to the music exponentially grew. And I guess I'll let one of you guys chime in.
Yeah, having been there for both, I think, the first album is, like you said, 6, 7 songs, maybe 20, 30 minutes. This is closer to an hour and a half of music. So, that's the shortest song we just got, Crickets. And it's been, it's like John said, just the best kind of learning experience, having to go through the full cohesive process of it and see it from practice all the way through the studio. We were up in Evergreen, Colorado, keeping it local at the Evergroove, and had 2 weekends we locked in up there as opposed to one. And we still isolated where we tried to get full band takes the first weekend and add in vocals and other leads and things the following week. And we executed that to the most part for sure. But again, just a good learning experience, we already are thinking about the next one and how we might do it slightly differently.
Sounds like a much more disciplined approach than the first time around.
For sure.
And as far as the songwriting process, is it, do you have a main songwriter? Is it a duo? Did all of you come in with and just handle your end of things? How does it work primarily?
It kind of depends. And this, with dealing in Daydreams, it was interesting because this was a bunch of songs, a lot of them that we had been playing for some time since I joined the band, I believe a little over 2 years ago. And so it wasn't as cohesive of we're writing for this album. It was individual songs for the most part that I believe John wrote 7 of them, Rob wrote 3. I wrote 2 of them, John and I co-wrote 1, and then one's written by Don, our bassist. His old band, Mountain Strange, the lead singer, passed away. And so we played one of his songs on that. That's Colorado Sky. And so this one was interesting because for the most part, it was John, Rob, or I would write a song, bring it to the band. And we all have very different kind of takes on how we bring it to the band. John might write out parts for, I want this on the rhythm guitar, and I want this on the keys, where Rob typically has an idea, but it's not fully written out. I typically come with something that's this is the song and this is how I play it. You all figure out what your part is, pretty much.
Right.
And I'll have some feedback on what I thought it might be. But I think moving into starting to write again, and we'll play a brand new song on this one in the next 45 minutes or so. But I think moving into this next one, it's going to be much more collaborative. Before we started out, you mentioned Miss Calypso, which that was actually the first time John and I wrote a song together. It was a Saturday. It was we're going to lock ourselves in the garage and we're going to come out with a song. And we did.
That's a great song.
And so we're really excited now that we have the group in place and we have kind of a clean slate. We've put out most of the songs we have at this point. to be more collaborative in the early stages of the writing process.
Yeah,
And so,
even better. I mean, a collective of songwriters as opposed to just musicians just brings the band more depth and texture.
Totally.
yeah, and like you asked about our influences earlier, we come from such different places
too.
musically, and so like I don't write a song the same way John or Rob writes a song, and I think that's just going to make it better. Of like
Me too.
expanding what the sound is really.
Was there ever a song on this album throughout the process where it just was completely different from the original intention of the song?
It's funny you say that because the Miss Calypso, the narrative went from really trying to emulate this Goose and Led Zeppelin song that is kind of about this person who goes out into the unknown for the benefit of kind of everyone, but to no value for themselves. No quarter and misdirection. And the song ended about a girl, and like, is it about a girl? Is it about something else? Anyways, it just ended so far off base from like, we had a clear, at least I had a clear intention of narrative. And ironically, I think to the point of wanting to collaborate more, like we feel like that's the best song. Kind of, it has a catchy chorus. It's got a great short jam. It's got a key change, which we love. But anyways, yeah, I think that definitely happened there, and I can't speak for you guys and your songs, but I think that happens to me with every song I write.
Yeah,
Just evolves.
Yeah.
But then with like coming into the studio, did anything completely change, like the sound? I don't think so, really, because we had spent so much time prepping for the studio that it wasn't much in terms of this just came out during the studio. A big part of it, the long prep time, was also we were onboarding a new drummer during that time, who's Aaron. He's our drummer now. He's awesome. And so a lot of it was, let's get these parts down. We've been playing these songs for 2 years, 2+ years, some of them. And so we kind of knew what we wanted it to sound like. And so there wasn't too much outside of let's throw in a layer here. I'd say the harmonies were probably the biggest thing that changed in the studio.
Getting the chance to do the vocals where, you know, in practice we have the three of us singing. Maybe Don chimes in a little bit on bass as the fourth, but in the studio, yeah, just getting like full days of reps. We're like, do that harmony and double it, and like now make a new one, do that harmony and double it, and so there's a little bit of that kind of on the fly. I'm in there with the piano, like.
Nope.
Whatever it is.
Noodling.
Noodling, yeah.
Go for it.
But we have like just that in the Miss Calypso chorus.
Yeah.
Something 3-part that we can follow with our voices. And, you know, that was the classic like a cappella background there. And so yeah, it's pretty fun. We can
Without
just kind
Rob,
of
we'd be
roll it
singing
up.
stacked fifths left and right.
Parallel fifths. Yeah.
Yeah, and so there are a few of the songs where it's almost like a full choir. Like I think in the Miss Calypso chorus, in the Songbird chorus, that like those sorts of oohs and ahs that are in the background, there are a bunch of layers of vocals. That didn't happen until we walked into the studio, when we had more time to kind of play with the sound and just add layer on layer in those parts.
And honestly, so many of those were Rob just being in there doing a ton of takes. Which is awesome. Like Songbird, there's that kind of choral vibe in the back. And there's a third one I'm thinking of, Your Light.
Yeah.
And yeah, is our vocal leader for sure.
But all credit to John. I mean, this guy shows up when he writes these 11-minute tracks like Your Light or Run Around, and he has a very legit demo. I'll give him, coming out of Logic, and he's in there stacking his vocals well.
Yep.
And I mean,
They're stacked. Are they in tune?
they're great. We got a plug in for that. Yeah.
No, but sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just going to say our producer just alerted me. So, first of all, comment said the band is going huge places. Where can they get the album? I know you guys are probably streaming on most of the...
Yeah.
But where can someone get the album?
We are going to have vinyl soon. But we're also just printing our own CDs, so you can get it on our website, orcatheband.net. You should be able to download it digitally there, which, you can stream it as well, but you buy the tracks, you own them, it supports us. And then you'll be able to buy CDs and vinyl there as well. And and then wherever else you stream your music, it should be there.
That is very cool that you're bringing. I love how vinyl's coming back.
Oh, yeah.
I love that warmth in the sound of vinyl. So I really like that a lot.
Yeah, we're excited about it. It's taken longer than it should to get it done, but I mean, all good things.
It took
come
some
in
real
time.
art to finagle all the tracks onto the four sides of the two
Yeah.
discs, and
Yeah, I was just going to bring
you
up it's a double LP.
Yeah, and it's because it's an 88-minute album.
Yeah.
So it's like that's not sort of your standard album length.
Yeah,
And,
and I mean it's not cheap, and the band is
no.
a small business, and you have to forecast: do we buy 100 of these? Do we buy 200 of them? Will anyone ever buy 200? And I think that's like in the conversation of what this summer gave us. I think it legitimized our goals and forced us to think of them in a longer term. And vinyl was kind of where that started, honestly. So
The album
Yeah.
cover's great looking.
It
Thank
is.
you.
I love that.
That was
And
our
even
drummer's
your-
buddy Rafa who did that.
And your
Did a great job.
your merch too, just like your t-shirt logo, your hoodie logo.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just
We
very
should have
cool.
brought some.
High
We
catch.
should have, yeah.
That's all right. We'll get you next time.
You come on Friday, we got you guys.
All right.
All right.
We'll
Appreciate
here
you.
if not.
Yeah.
Well, hey, let's get to another one. What do you
Yeah,
think?
let's definitely do. I'm down for it.
We spoke a lot about Miss Calypso, but I mentioned I do play that one a lot on my show.
Yeah, we can mix it up.
I kind of want to hear it now, but I want
do
to
it.
also to
Oh, we
leave
got
it up to
some- yeah.
you guys
Yeah,
as far
I'm
as what
down.
you want to play live today.
Yeah, are we doing 2 or 3 live? Do we know?
If you guys want to do 3,
time
we can
for 2
definitely
more,
do
yeah.
3. Yeah. So don't worry about that. Tell us a little bit about Miss Calypso, the name.
So I took a bongo class in college. Gosh, I wish I could remember the teacher's name. He was awesome. And one of the beats we spent like weeks on was the Calypso groove. And so once this song had evolved to the place of it's about, we decided it's about a girl. Yeah, kind of. I mean, it kind of all fell into place together. It was a great name for a chorus. We had the key change to the F, and Calypso is it's a groovy word. And
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah, and
we
so
didn't think too much about it either.
yeah, once we landed on it, we were like doing research in the garage. We were like, what does this mean? And I think it was like Greek mythology. There's something, I don't know. Somebody go look it up. Yeah. But it's like
Do it for us.
Yeah, it's and so we kind of played off that as we were reading through it. But it all started with a riff that me and John were just playing the backing tracks in the garage, and it was like, oh, this is cool. It was like a Santana
was
type
gonna say, yeah.
backing track.
Nice.
And you can definitely hear if you go listen to some Santana, it's a Dorian A minor thing. But in the time we were playing it, we were like, oh, this has to already be a Santana song. And
Yeah.
I haven't found it yet.
Yeah.
Well, I love it. I knew I was right about this one.
Wait, what
This-
was your thought?
Just that it's an incredible song. I mean,
you. Thank you.
I just responded to it right away.
That's awesome.
Regardless of what it's about or anything. I mean, just the
Yeah.
sonic nature of it. So without further ado, here's Colorado's own Orca the Band with Miss Calypso on K4CO.
Lost his mind, trying to decide what's wrong and right. It's something else entirely. She moves by moonlight, steals your sunshine. She makes us feel quite alive. You light like dynamite whenever she comes by. Diffuse your appetite, consumed by your kryptonite. She's not your Superman. No, mind you, I understand. Was it not by these hands that you two align? Calypso. Whoa. She'll lift you high, then leave you low. Tonight she'll dancing on the floor. But come tomorrow, she'll be gone. You might see her around when you come through your town. You'll know what you found. If with no time to talk, you're on her crowd and you move by moonlight. She steals your sunshine. She makes us feel quite alive. Miss Calypso, whoa. She'll lift you high, then leave you low. Tonight she'll dancing on the floor. But come tomorrow, she'll be gone.
Beautiful.
That's awesome. Nice work.
I like this job, but this is my favorite part of the job. Is like we get our own little free
I know.
concert.
Just 3 feet away from these incredible musicians.
Do you
Great
guys
job,
play at all?
We do. That's kind of what also spawned K4CO Radio, is just being musicians and wanting to put a lot of local musicians out there.
Yeah.
I mean, we would have died for this. Like 30, I don't want to date myself too much, but
You're
30
starting
years
to
ago.
get gray hair, so. But yeah, our vice president, who unfortunately passed away earlier this year, he was a studio drummer in the '70s out in L.A. So Sunset Boulevard, he was taught by Jimi Hendrix drummer Buddy Miles, who was amazing. And Kevin is a very avid bass player. On
Nice.
guitar, a little bit of pianos, but always been a hobby. But there's really not a big platform out there so for local Colorado artists. So we were talking before this interview. I thought when I said, "Hey guys, I think we should start a radio station," they were going to be like, "You're an idiot," But they absolutely loved it. So it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
I did have a question for you guys. And I am going to start. I'm going to start with John. I'm going to put you on the spot, John.
Please. Love the spotlight.
What is your favorite song on the new album?
That's tough. Somebody else was just asking me that. Because some of those songs we've played for literally like 3 years, and they're kind of a big piece of Orca's growth have been behind them. And then some of them are like new, writing escapades for me and for us. But I would say Wide. I think Wide is the song I'm most proud of as a band, as an individual, as a songwriter, and there's the most kind of love in that song at the end of the day. That's what it's all about, right?
It's your favorite Orca member's favorite Orca song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, James. You're second on the spot.
I was gonna say Wide too, but I'm gonna give you a different one. But Wide, that was around before I joined the band, and I remember hearing it at one of the first shows I went to, because I can give the backstory later on of like how I ended up in the band. But me and John worked together, and I would go to the shows, and And so I've always really liked that song, but if I'm picking something else, I Ain't Gonna Lie Down, which is a Rob song, was like when we first went through, recorded everything, it wasn't even the finished mixes or masters. We were going through and giving feedback on the mixes. I remember listening to that one, and it just starts with like the kick drum just going, and it's like goes through a few different vibes throughout the song, and that's one that, like, when I first heard it without a mix, I was like, oh, this is like my sleeper pick on the album. And so yeah, I'd say that one.
All right. Rob, you're up.
Well, Wide was also my answer, so I have to think of something new.
Not aligned.
No, I got to say one thing on Wide. It was cool for me, too. That was the first thing that I contributed to the band at all. Like, the last outro of that, John will have to remind me, but I think I was 10% involved.
I mean, the whole, it's kind of two songs, as we've laughed about before, but I came to practice with the first half, and it was just to go back to the one E7 chord.
Yeah, it was kind of just like what maybe I came up with the progression and then showed up the next week with the lyrics. Finish it up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let's see. I'll have to give James a shout out then for Songbird. I think he's probably my sleeper favorite. I mean, that's the one to me that's like always really catchy and just like stuck in my head. And I think it's a really good balance. Like John has a pretty clear jam vibe in the song. It's like, and mine's a little more singer-songwriter, like maybe the keys coming in. And I think James is maybe somewhere in between, but I think he's got a unique sphere himself with just the way his like guitar tones sound, like just driving the root of the song. South Fork Honeydew, I think, is his other big one, and it's starts off with that delay on the guitar that's just is pretty unique and kind of puts me in a different headspace. So I think that's been my favorite thing, having James in the mix the last couple of years, just having that additional perspective, because John and I can tire each other out a little bit.
I was baiting Rob by picking one of his songs, and so it worked.
I think it should be mentioned too, Runaway is probably the most successful song off the album so far, and the furthest from something I would write, and I think it just speaks to the dynamic we're trying to have, but surely the most accessible and just good song on the album.
And just as far as fan favorite,
and like it's just a beautiful song. It's a great song, a great chorus, and beautiful lyrics. And I think
it's the most pop leaning song we have, and so that's why we ended up leading with it as the first single. And it's cool now when we will play a show in Denver and we go into it and people know it, and it's just an awesome song. I guess I was picking a deeper cut. If we have anything that's not a deep cut, I Ain't Gonna Lie Down's my
even
deep
better
cut.
And I love you're kind of all over the place when it comes to the timing too. I mean, you have 3-minute songs all the way up to like almost 10-minute songs. You have 3 of those, so you guys are just kind of all over the board on that.
Yeah, Headlights had the short songs.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think that, to the point of the whole preparation thing earlier, is finishing Headlights. I was like, I love these songs, but these aren't what I want to make. I want to make musical compositions, and so being able to take that step back and
when I first started playing songs off Headlights, I would play 2 in a row because they were so short.
Well, the irony is those are the huge improv ones
and shows
from now.
And now it's cool because those Headlight songs have like really developed live now, and so it's
really good too. It's a really good record.
Well,
thank you.
Thanks on behalf of John. I wasn't around yet at that point, but and they're such cool songs, and now it's cool that we have a really good group of musicians. We're a 5-piece band. It was a 4-piece band at the time, and so it's like it's a very different sound live, but they're good songs, and so it's fun.
Where did you guys do the recordings? Where do the masters, everything like that?
Yeah, it was all in Evergroove Studio in Evergreen.
All in Evergreen.
Brad Smalling runs that place, and then Athena Wilkinson is the engineer. I think it's just them two that run the studio.
Yeah.
But we did both albums with them, and they're terrific. Couldn't be more patient with a band that has not ever been in a studio, and a band leader that has never prepped for an album. And I think what's cool with this album is we recorded, we got it mixed in both Atmos and stereo. And so Brad's a big advocate for the Atmos format these days, and he's kind of leading that charge from everything I see. He just released a Marcus King album that he mixed in Atmos, literally
Marcus
this week. and so it was cool to have that kind of somebody that involved with like the pioneering of how audio is received.
Is he the
mixing
one that,
our record? You know, like
is he the one that got you into the click track regiment?
yes, just because of
You
how
guys need a
difficult
click.
Headlights was. He
Yeah.
didn't tell us to do it. He just told us kind of how things could be. And I think I don't want to underplay. Athena was kind of our recording engineer, and a lot of what we got from Brad was via Athena. But I think like there were just so many, at least for me, frustrations after Headlights where it was like, this is a little bit off time or this is a little bit out of tune, and it was clear I think that we weren't ready to be given that feedback. At least I wasn't. And so we really made ourselves open to it as we prepared for the album. But I don't know, maybe going on too much about it.
No, that's great. I think that's how you mature as a band.
Yeah.
Not just a person, but as a band as well.
And Athena was huge in, like, Rob said his favorite song on the album might be Songbird. Like, I had never been in a studio. I showed up a day late because I was on a work trip to the studio. So it was like that morning I show up, get thrown in the fire. First take was awful. And Athena's like, welcome to the studio. And so, and so she was huge in that song because that's the chorus of it. It's kind of like a belting chorus. And I have probably the softest voice of the three of us. She had me doing jumping jacks in the studio. Like right as I was going up to the mic, I'd be doing jumping jacks until the moment I start singing.
That's an interesting. I've never heard that.
It works. It's crazy.
It's crazy how it works. Like I wasn't able to hit the notes at the volume that I was going for. And it's just a whole thing about like loosening up. And so she took videos of me in the studio, like waiting for the chorus to come in, and I'm just doing jumping jacks right up until
That's interesting.
and so she was huge in making it all sound the way we wanted it to sound.
I love all those little studio tricks.
Yeah.
That you learn about in documentaries and stuff. That's a new one though. Jumping jacks.
Well, and huge shout out to Evergroove because, not a lot of people, especially people who aren't musically inclined, they don't realize the magic that happens behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Of that. So big shout out.
And that role of working with a band and taking their feedback to kind of a craft that you're admitting where you can't do. It's a hard role. Like, you're deciding how somebody's creative project is received. And I think there's just a lot there to be said for people that can do that well. And
And the
diplomatic way of saying it.
And the patience it takes we don't speak the same language.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
So they were great.
And probably working with so many different ages. From young to
Yeah.
it sounds like a great studio.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to hear a third one. I know you guys came in thinking about playing two, but I'd love to hear a third
Two
one.
minimum.
Why not?
Two minimum. All right. And I know a lot of our listeners would probably like that as well. So I got a lot of great feedback that the producers sent in me, and I'll bring that up after this song. But what is this song called?
The song's called Lucy. This is first time we've played it, so bear with us. But
Yeah, we actually John wrote this Saturday, taught it to us Sunday.
Ooh. All right.
And here we are today.
And we get the exclusive
We
release.
do.
Exclusive, full,
This is awesome.
ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
You say you see what I see loosely. What say we see? 'Cause I'd stay for you, sweet Lucy. I'm coming back again. Big city living, baby. I have a drink here on the plane. Well, big city living now. Yeah, I just forgot your name. I know that you just asked me something, girl, but can you show me to the train? told me one thing, but I'm heading the wrong way. You say you see what I feel loosely, but what say we see? 'Cause I'd stay for you, sweet Lucy. I'm coming back again. Just in from Paris, that girl. I'm still looking for my chateau. Just in from Paris, how do you do? An East Village rendezvous. Thought I came to wake this guitar. Was really sleepwalking to you. Thought I could pick in this big town up. Thank God for feeling blue. You say you see what I feel loosely. What say we see? 'Cause I'd stay for you, sweet Lucy. I'm coming back again. Big city living, baby. Have a thinking right on that train. Been big city living lately. All I've got here is her name. Big city feelings my mind. I'm drinking on my plane. Big city living, darling, I'll never forget your name. You say you see what I feel loosely. What say we see? 'Cause I'd stay for you, sweet Lucy. I'm coming back again. I'm coming back again. I'm coming back again.
Lucy.
That was
right
awesome.
there.
Brand new music from Orca the band.
That is
Still
right.
ironing it out. I
That,
think
that didn't exist this time last week, though, right?
Yeah.
So poof, right into the universe. There's
Yeah, you
Lucy.
guys are all right.
You're having way too much fun. First of all,
We dialed it in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
nice
Yeah.
job, guys.
That was fun. Thank you guys for playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, John.
Shout out Lucy.
Again, tomorrow night, Cervantes' Other Side. What time do you guys go on?
Tomorrow, Friday, right?
Friday, yeah, 9
Friday,
p.m.
not tomorrow. I got
Tomorrow's my
birthday.
birthday, and
Happy
then
birthday.
Friday.
Let's
is
get
the
that
show.
first.
And then Saturday is Don's birthday.
Exactly.
Is it really?
It's Orca week in Colorado. Birthday season.
But what time do we go on?
Friday, October 3rd.
9:15.
9 to 10:15 is our set.
Okay, 18,
And then
$18
Bonfire
a ticket.
Dub. Sorry.
Go ahead. Oh, $18 a ticket. Looks like there's a package deal too. You can get 5 tickets
Yeah.
for $80 for the Cervantes show.
Yeah. Shoot
And
us a
then-
DM, something. We want to get people there. So
Okay, and then go ahead.
Then the other band's Bonfire Dub is awesome. They just played Small Town for Calls, I think it's called, in Salida. This past weekend, they're playing on the patio beforehand. And then
Boot
Boot
Juice.
Juice. Boot Juice, awesome band that just played the Dillon Amphitheater like 2 weeks ago. So it should be an awesome show.
All right, and then coming up Saturday, Lone Tree, not known for its live music necessarily.
No, not really.
But you're playing, be careful how you say this, Josh, Crafttoberfest.
Crafttoberfest. All right.
What is Crafttoberfest?
Yeah.
It's a beer fest.
Obviously,
you know?
just beer and crafts
Yeah.
and
Is that at the old-
live music.
Schweiger Ranch.
Yeah.
Should
Okay.
be
There was a
good vibe.
a word we had to look up on the description that was about German beer. I think it's very Stein focused festival.
Okay.
Yeah, I think right before we go on, they're doing the Stein holding
Yeah,
contest
yeah.
where,
Right.
you know.
Okay, I was confused. On your Spotify bio, it said it was in Parker, but it is in Lone Tree. I want to get that right.
That's on me then. It is in Lone Tree. Okay. Look up Schweiger Ranch.
Schweiger Ranch, Lone Tree, Colorado.
Yeah, Lone Tree
Okay.
Crafttoberfest. It should be.
And that's non-ticketed, so yeah, go check out some free.
Well, I guess I don't know that
Yeah.
Schweiger Ranch is in Lone Tree, not Parker. It's the city of Lone Tree hired us.
Okay.
But it's wherever
Yeah.
Schweiger Ranch is.
Gotcha.
It's kind of down here, yeah, South Denver.
Yeah.
Well, there's a wonderful thing called
Hop, skip, and a
Google.
jump. Yeah.
Check Google, it works well.
Exactly. Well, a lot of great comments, guys, especially on that last song, Lucy.
Yeah.
And I mean, Maureen says, can't wait to get back and play in Virginia.
Thanks, Mom.
Oh, that's mom. All right. All right.
I've been looking at some listeners here.
Songbird, a lot of you nailed it. The person who heard, there's a person about the vinyl, definitely going to buy a vinyl. So you got your first sale right there.
There we
Right?
go.
So let's
There
come
we
back.
go.
So, but yeah, check them out. OrcaTheBand.net. Great time, and especially this Friday. What are your plans for the rest of the year? I mean, you got 2 months left. I mean, is this playing for the rest of the year? Are you going to be writing, maybe a little recording?
A lot of writing is
Yeah, a lot of
planned.
writing.
So these two shows this weekend are probably the last of the year for us.
Okay.
So
get out there.
Yeah.
Get
so
out there.
so come out. But it'll be a big writing time. We kind of have the plan for the next album at this point, and so now it's a matter of booking a cab and getting away and just
Right. That's
heads
kinda
down
How
writing.
do you do it then? Just the day the record comes out, you just start planning on the next one.
Yeah, and that's we already have ideas of how to do it better this time and the direction we want to go with it, and so that's the plan, is just write and then
Yeah, and I think we
get back to it next year.
really want to get to the East Coast next summer and spring, and so that's kind of where even longer term plans look like. So I think we really want to do something big in Colorado in March, get out on the road. We've done Virginia one time, but hit some of these bigger venues that I've wanted to play my whole life. So not bigger, but venues I've wanted to play my whole
I
life.
can hear you being pretty well received on the East Coast.
I think so
Thank
too.
you.
I think we just need to get it done.
Yeah, and so we just started working with a new booking agent, Chris from Pirate Booking. He's flying up from Austin for the show this weekend or this Friday.
Nice.
And so, yeah, the plan is to hit the East Coast at least 4 times next year, 4 separate weekends. And so, yeah.
Well, come back and talk to us about it then.
Yeah,
Anytime.
100%.
We'd love to
yeah.
have you guys in again.
Yeah, you're gonna have that new album all done in with less than a year, right?
We'll see.
Fingers crossed.
We were
crossed.
targeting maybe next winter again, kind of settling
Yeah.
down, like playing it over the summer,
Right.
Yeah.
and really locking in. And who knows? I've been kind of a proponent of maybe doing like little 2 or 3 song EPs here and there, just because it really is a big task to get like all 12 of these songs each step along the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so doing a few more things kind of expedited with smaller stuff could be cool. But
Yeah.
But I do like
we'll
the
feel
fact
it
that
out.
you did a full length album
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it isn't done that as often as it used to be.
And that's, I think, the album's a good representation of exactly where we were at the time that we recorded it. And so the whole idea of 2 to 3 songs EPs, I think we're better now than we were when we recorded the
course you
album.
are, yeah.
And so
That's the hope. You keep evolving.
yeah.
You keep knowing each other more. Yeah.
And so the 2 to 3 songs EPs, that makes sense from a perspective of let's keep logging where we're at. Like
Right.
let's keep tabs of where we're at.
Yeah.
But we have all these ideas and we got to get to writing pretty much.
I think too, like we want to get to a place that this is our lives and careers so badly and so quickly, and for better or for worse, like how you get music out is such a big piece of that. And I think it legitimized us, at least in my mind, so much to do a full length album and to like put 6 months of not even writing, recording, like promo behind it, a tour behind it. So I think we've seen what that can look like, and I think we want to do it again at some point, but we can scale it up, and that's kind of, in my mind, the biggest piece of the equation. But
Well, onward and upward. We wish you guys the best of luck.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got to finally meet you guys.
Yeah,
I missed
us
you the
too.
last time.
Likewise.
Now I just need to go see you live.
Yeah,
Looking
if you
forward
can
to
make
that,
it
too.
Friday, we'll leave tickets.
Definitely,
If not,
definitely.
Saturday.
the ranch, you guys nearby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm out there already anyway. So I might come out and catch the the lawn tree.
Yeah.
Who knows? But thank you so much for
Yeah,
being here. That
thank
was
you, guys.
excellent. Thank
Absolutely
you so much
love
for
it.
bringing your gear, fighting the traffic,
Yeah.
and playing a brand new song for us. That was awesome.
And check out the new album, Dealing in Daydreams. So, one last question here. Usually, an album has a title track. This is not a title track.
Yeah.
So, how did Dealing in Daydreams come about? That name.
Well, it is ultimately a line from our song Runaway.
Okay.
And I think like a lot of musicians have spun different names for albums and tracks that just like never land on something. And none of the tracks themselves stood out with like that name. And so we kind of picked some cool lyrics. I think the broad line is soon you're dealing in daydreams, wasting time. And
I think it speaks to everything I just said too. Like we all work full-time jobs right now. Doing all of this on top of that is pursuing this dream, but like I at least spend a lot of time thinking about it. I'm not,
Yeah.
at the music job, if you will.
Yeah.
And I think it just encapsulated everything we wanted from that perspective of what we want to achieve.
Yeah. Well, I certainly think you guys have it what it takes.
Definitely.
Musically. Now you just
Thank
need
you.
the
Thank you.
universe to.
Right? Just
Come on,
positive
universe.
energy out there.
Yeah. Patience,
Exactly.
persistence, and
That's right.
positivity.
Exactly.
And that's
That is the dream
the
of
way.
every musician, is to just do that for work. And yeah, I agree.
Right.
You guys are definitely on your way. So
Thank you.
thank you guys very much for coming in. Wish you all the success and definitely stay in touch.
Yeah,
And,
100%.
Always
Yeah.
welcome back.
Thank you guys for
Thank
doing
you
what you
guys.
do for
course.
Colorado
know.
musicians. That's
Totally.
awesome. And so,
100%.
yeah.
We
Our
absolutely
pleasure.
love it. Yeah, our pleasure. Well, you've been listening to Orca the Band. Check them out, orcatheband.net. You can also, their new album, Dealing in Daydreams, is streaming on all platforms, but you can also purchase it, even on vinyl, coming out soon on their website, orcatheband.net. This has been K4CO Radio. Make sure to tune in, of course, every single day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. You have one solid hour of Colorado musicians in the K4CO radio rotation. Of course, the rest of the time, Colorado musicians make up 1/3 of our rotation. So thank you very much for tuning in. And then, of course, also tonight at 9 p.m., we have another episode of Kind of Vague Radio, hosted by Andrew Talent and Rob Dixon. Thank you very much, everybody, and have a wonderful evening. And thank you.